as we should be, setting the camera up, getting the tripod just right, and all of that stuff. Here, let's get this just right. There we go. Welcome to Painting with Keyboard Cat. He's downstairs eating, as a matter of fact. I haven't had any breakfast yet, but I'll get caught up at lunch with some big things of gravy or something. I want to talk a little bit about Keyboard Cat 2.0, whose name was Bento. Of course, the original Keyboard Cat passed away before even becoming famous, which is really profound in it of itself. And what happened was Keyboard Cats started getting really famous on the internet. Like big things were happening, like Ashton Kutcher and Wonderful Pistachios and Wolf Blitzer and everything you can imagine. And so I talked to my manager. His name is Ben Lashes, and I asked him what I should do to, try and get a few bucks to be able to buy some cat food. And I suggested more T-shirt designs, which is kind of fun. And he said, no, here's what you do today. You get in your car and go to the shelters and find another keyboard cat. And the spirits will help you find just the right one, which they did. And so I got in the car and I felt like I was in a movie, a good movie. I felt like the guy in Close Encounters who was shoveling dirt through the kitchen window into the kitchen. And even though it looked really wrong to a lot of people, it was right, and he could see the vision. So I knew I was onto something. So I found a cat, and he was just right. And originally they had called him Mel because they had found him on Mellon Street. And I got him home and started just letting him get used to the place. And he loved it here, and we loved him here. And the first video that I made with him got bought up right away, like within days, by Microsoft. They paid some pretty good money for me at that time, for me anytime. And so now when Ben has a hunch, if he tells me to paint my butt purple, I don't question it. I just go out in the garage and get the roller and the paint and get started. So here is the first video that Keyboard Cat made as Bento Keyboard Cat 2.0, and it's pretty cool. It's called Keyboard Cat Reincarnated. Here we go. There you go. Blue Sailor Mercury really digs that video, and I appreciate it. Chair says, aw. McMikey says, oh my God. Excellent from Wesley Ronaldo PQ. Blossom and Sonic says, cute. People like this. And what's to not like? I mean, not just any cat you get at the shelter is going to do this. Try it if you think it's so easy. I auditioned a lot of cats that week, and Bento wasn't the first one I found. I found others that looked great, but they didn't have that spirit that Ben said we were trying to connect with. And I ended up with really severely scratched forearms from all those auditions, and finally found Bento, and the rest is history. So with no further ado, we're going to paint a picture of Bento. And this one might take a while. So, get a cup of coffee, get a bowl of My friend told me the other day that he ate a bowl of Captain Crunch and he was going to eat another one just as soon as his mouth stopped bleeding. So there you go. Nice comments today from you guys. I'm digging it. So here we go. We're going to do this picture of Keyboard Cat when he was in the shirt that I think he wore when he did the 96 Tears song. And so we're going to start by just putting some darks in around his eyes and mouth and nose. See where that takes us. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Phthalocyanine blue. It may be the best color in the world. And here I go. Keyboard Cat. Na, 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 na. I had coffee this morning with a poet that is a good friend of mine, Ken Nesbitt. 2 N's, 2 T's. Google him. He does kid poetry books, and he's very successful, and he's just a very, very cool guy. So check him out on World Wide Web. Look at that. That's starting out. Remember I told you this one's going to take a while, so just get ready to chill for a while and watch this cat emerge. I think these long painting videos that I'm making might be a good thing to compress, speed them way up, and upload them as shorts on my YouTube channel so that you can see the painting happening real fast. If I could paint that fast, I would. Maybe I should try. Maybe I should try to do fast motion paintings like double speed, triple speed, just that fast. There's his little nose holes. Bento was so cute. He usually had a couple of boogers, and I sometimes would clean them out before we'd make a video, and sometimes not. See, looky there. Isn't it's something? Yeah. Well, I wish Keyboard Cat would have somehow gotten elected as president, but he didn't. So now I'm going to put in some weird, I think I'm going to do something with spray paint, if that makes any sense. You can screw something up pretty fast with spray paint. I've done that. And I might do it again today. There's that. There's that. There's all this. There's that. Oh yeah. And then there's this, of course. And I'm not going to put any behind those whiskers right there because it'll be misery painting those whiskers in. So now a little maybe fluorescent red or fluorescent pink. Let's try it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Use that same brush I used with the blue. I get stuck on one brush and like it and then just stay with it for hours and maybe days. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and paint some of these areas in here with this. With that fluorescent pink. There's nothing like fluorescent paint that comes in a tube. It's new. Used to only come in a spray can for construction workers to spray where you're not supposed to walk because you could fall down and get hurt. And here we are using it not only in a safe place, but in a very safe place. The studio is really where we have a sanctuary and we do things that might make people feel good or happy or something. Keyboard cat. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Kind of liking how that hot pink works over that orange, conventional orange spray paint. So now we're going to just put some pink around these whiskers, and this is where it gets potentially time-consuming, but well the hell worth it. And I don't mean maybe. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Huh? It works for me. And I'm only the artist. Let's put a little here. A little bit right here. You just get intuitive with the brush and do things that sometimes you think they make sense and sometimes they don't. And therein lies the adventure. See, that's starting to, I don't know if you can tell there, but well, of course that's looking good. What the heck? You don't need to go to art school to know if you like something, you know what I'm saying? So, there's around some hair whiskers, eyebrow whiskers. See, I look at this and then kind of try and follow it. But, you know, if I wanted something to just look exactly like something, I would just get my camera out and take a picture of it. I mean, does somebody need to go to college to know that? I don't think so. So what I urge you, especially if you've never painted before, to get some paint and give it a try. And I guarantee you, your first painting, even though you won't agree with this, may very well be your best painting ever. So, you know, get with it and do what you can. Because when you don't know how to do something, you do a different job than when you do know. And I just call BS on all the people that say you should be good at something. I don't really want to be good at stuff. Good at stuff means you're a craftsman. Bad at stuff and you just try it anyway means you're an artist. And an adventurer and other things that are therein. I don't know what therein means. But look at that. I'm almost to the point where I could say, I think I'm done, and that there are some people who would like it. Let's see. Any comments? This live deserves more than 1K live stream and views. Oh, we'll get there. We're kind of new. This painting is going well from Maestro Felito. I think he's right, or she, or whoever the maestro is. See that? Just like the maestro say, it's kind of coming together. Yeah. I mean, since this is live, if I did a painting and it was looking like crap, there'd be no escape because it's going out there. I suppose I could delete it after, but it's already been in front of people's eyes. So the beans have been spilled and the paint could look like crap. There's always that chance. That's what makes it fun. And if you make a bad painting, it isn't like if you're a rock climber where you make a mistake and you end up being, hurt badly or paralyzed or dead. It's, there's no big penalty for it. A little humility. You can always get some gesso, which is the white junk you paint over bad paintings. And then you can just paint again. Go again. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe this won't take so long. I think the part that might take a long time is painting around these whiskers, there, and then this checkerboard shirt that I want to take some serious time on. And because even though people like splashy things that you do really fast, sometimes it's good to bear down on a few spots in there and make it accurate. And it has some contrast with just the cuckoo stuff. And people think that you're good at stuff, which of course we all like that. Look at there. See that? Is that? Yeah, it's looking good. Oh, what a throwback, says BB Data Center. No, the Keyboard Cats owner worked at Blue Origin. No, I don't work at Blue Origin, but I know somebody who does. That's rocket stuff. That there is rocket stuff, dude. Right? Not bad. So I think now what we're going to do is try and attack, well, not really attack, but, well, there's a little more of this pink to put around this eye up here. Yeah. And then a little bit up here, over here, around here, a little dry brush. It's an art school term. There we go. There we go. So now, I think the thing to do is maybe to go in and do a little bit of that. No, you know what I'm gonna do now? Well, first things first, the guy needs some coffee. Maybe this painting won't take that long. An hour is a long time to just paint, like to keep painting. You say you like painting, but I like taking frequent breaks too. So now we're going to put a little bit of this weird yellow, excuse me, that you can buy in tubes. If I can't find the yellow, I might just settle for green. Yeah. Hey, wait, there's the yellow. In a tube that has so much red on the outside of it. Man, this is a mess. Okay, there's that, some of that yellow. Back to the same brush, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I'm gonna go with my original idea and see if, what would happen if I paint in some yellow, a little bit here. You be intuitive, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit here. Those little white dots you see on photographs and paintings in the eyes are called catch lights, and where it's a reflection of a light. And if you put catch lights in your paintings, people think you know what you're doing. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this green, this limey green over there, and a little bit over here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. And a lot of my friends and neighbors is watching. So now, I think we're gonna do something over here around these whiskers. And we're gonna paint a color over here that just really does it up. And I think it might be some of this yellow. I hate to say it, but I'm thinking some of that yellow. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint around those individual whiskers, which is not an easy thing to do. It requires some accuracy. Is that gonna be dark enough? I'm tempted to put something else in there, like some green and maybe even a little bit of blue. Let's see what happens. It's a big ass experiment, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I'm liking that. Liking that a lot. Do we need to go over the yellow that we already did? Not really, but will we? Maybe. Cats have those long whiskers. Man, I wish I had those. Can always go back in here once this is done and paint some white on those whiskers, but maybe not. It kind of looks good to have belabored the whisker treatment because they're cool. Now let's look at this one whisker that goes clear over to there. And let's put just a little bit of blue in there to make it different. You don't want to keep using the same color. That could be boring. See that? Yeah. I think my color choices are paying off here. I think to paint, you don't learn to paint, you just start painting. Just do it and do it. And remember that your first one is going to be naive. So it's like when a baby starts talking. It's the cutest they're ever going to talk. Look at that there. And we will do a little bit of finessing that particular set of whiskers right there. How's that looking to the viewing public? Nice. It looks like Bento. Fun little Bento. What a cat. He just cooperated, man, and we would do a shoot. And he'd have his shirt on and be sitting at the piano. We'd do a shoot, and when the crew would be gone and the lights are off, and he's still sitting there at the piano with his shirt on, waiting for something to happen. And that's no lie. I got photos of that happening. And he just loved the studio and how it worked. And he also loved cat food and cat treats. And he would get some treats, but he got his rewards just from playing too. And that's what you want to try and do, is get your jollies from doing. You know, I've said before that Picasso said, we're here to find your gift. You are here to find your gift and give it away. Try that. If it doesn't give you something, if it doesn't lead to something good, let me know. You know, you can let me know. And maybe I'll have some other ideas for you to try about don't find your gift and don't give it away. But I don't think so. Okay, I think we need to change the color here. Too much blue for me, even though I love that color. Hey, dioxazine purple. It goes well with blue and with just about anything. I may end up doing this whole painting with this one brush. There's the purple. Now let's mix it with a little blue, just so it isn't just like sick as. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, we're liking that. And now, you know, if enough people watch my little painting exposés here every day, every weekday, they may end up making my show big enough that we get sponsored by, like, you know, Boeing or somebody big, somebody real big, like Boeing or NASCAR. Yeah. See, look at there. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn good, I gotta say. Yeah. So now, I'm gonna do something kind of different. I'm gonna go in with a sponge, with spongy, and put in some lighter blues down there. We're just gonna kind of use there's some blue, there's some purple, and then I need a ton of water. I use these. So we want something that's going to be real light like that. Yeah. No. It's going to take a brush. It's going to take a brush to put in those fine details. Let's try this guy. And just a little light blue, yeah. So there's going to be, drop the brush, painted the floor a little bit, which doesn't really matter. So, yeah, we're going to put some light kind of blue. Like in some of those, this shirt has a lot of detail in it, you know what I mean? And we're going to try and pick some of it up. Not too careful, but not too sloppy either. It's kind of like making Thanksgiving dinner. Some of it you want to be gorpy, like the gravy and the dressing and all that. And some of it you want to be real pin perfect, like that slice of pie. Or just a perfect slice of turkey white meat. I guess I didn't say that I had done a light pencil drawing of this guy. Hey, this is happening pretty darn good. Now we got to put in some dark blue, but we're gonna, sure, why not? Why not use the same brush and just kind of be realistic and put the dark blue in. See that? I'm not even talking because it'll make me shake. And I want to have a semi-steady brush here to paint around these whiskers. Oh yeah. Why did I think this was going to be a lot of work? Ain't a lot of work to me. See? And now even a little darker purple. Just to keep things from being too. Look at that. Yeah, I went to art school for 3 years at Washington State University in Pullman, Washington, and it was one of the highlights of my life. I love Pullman, I love WSU, I love all the profs there who helped get me going in this direction, because they really did. See? This is gonna start looking just like that cute little checkerboard shirt that he was wearing that day. When he heard that song by Question mark and the Mysterians, 96 Tears. I'm gonna cry, 96 tears. Gonna cry, 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 cry. He started rocking out. He started just bopping to the beat. And let's put a little dark blue in here. It got a little contaminated with some fluorescent yellow, which is, I can only say I think it was a good idea. Okay. And look at, it's kind of mesmerizing watching somebody paint like, what's his name? Bob Ross. He made a lot of people happy. A lot of people. So, yeah, we're still going here. One day I was a chemistry major at Washington State University, and I had gone to a Jesuit prep school, and they got me ready to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. So they call it prep. It's to prepare you for something. And one day I was sullenly walking back to the dorm because it was going to be just about dinner time. And I was walking back, and I walked past this, I was a freshman, and I walked past this building, a big building with towers on it. It looked like a castle, and it said Fine Arts. And I thought, nobody told me there was a building dedicated to that here. And I love to draw and paint and stuff. So what's the deal? And lo and behold, I went inside. It was kind of dark out. I went inside, and there was a room. There was nobody there because it was almost dinner time. And there was a room that was all lit up in the middle, and it was the gallery. And every place where there were no paintings, just all the lights were on, and every place where there would be a painting, they had a box fan plugged in, and it was blowing the wall there where a painting would be. Then there was a sign standard at the entrance to the gallery that said, what this gallery needs is a change of air. And I stood there and looked at that, and I was just mesmerized by it. And somebody came up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder and said, what do you think? And I said, well, I think I could do that. And he said, well, why don't you? And I said, well, because I'm a chemistry major. And he said, look, it's not quite 5 o'clock. Why don't you go over and get your folder from your advisor and bring it to me, and I'll be your advisor, and then you'll be an artist. So I just took that advice and went right over, got my folder, brought it to him. His name was George Laisner. I owe my life to George Laisner. He was a glassblower from New York, and he was clear out here in Podunksville and Pullman, Washington, saving people like me. And so then I left there, and it was dark out by then, and I walked down to the dining hall because it was dinner time, and I had my first dinner as an artist, and it felt great, and nothing's changed since. It's been quite a few years, and I definitely thank Washington State University and George Laisner. And then later on, I got a scholarship to go to school in Japan. So my senior year, I did that and studied art there, and it was great. Look at this. Something's happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there. You're telling me I've got to can we stop? Hey, what's that sound? I wish I could play some music, but I can't do it because I might get in trouble for trademark or copyright or whatever you get in trouble for when you use other people's music in your cat videos. You can't do it. So that's looking pretty good. Let's put just a little bit of this blue over here to follow the contour of his head. And maybe a little bit over here to wrap up the other side. Is that looking good on there? Yeah. Oh yeah. So now we need to put some little dots where a cat has these, I don't know what you call them, but there's these dots on their nose where their whiskers come out of. They're like freckles or something. I don't want them blue. I want them pink. See those? Those are real cat things. Real cat things. And then down here, yeah. Well, it's looking pretty good to me. We need some medium tone in here to help those whiskers pop out. Let's get some white. Let's just get it over with. Get some gesso out here. Gesso. White. And let's see, for a brush for the gesso, let's try this. A little white. Yeah. And then let's just watch. Yeah. I am liking it. Right? Of course it's right. All right. This whisker. This whisker. Sure. Now we need a little bit of medium tone behind these whiskers here in the form of, what about yellow? That seems to not make any sense at all. So I think it's a good idea. When you're painting, you can just be nonsensical because there's no one who gives a damn if your painting turns out or not. There's a little bit of that crazy boy yellow. And the same. That's working. Yeah, that's working. These paintings that I do on this feed, this YouTube live feed, are available for auction, and they start at super low prices. And you can get the link to go to that on my eBay place. And that should give you a chance to get a piece of KC Keyboard Cat history at an affordable price. And man, I'm liking that. We've been doing this for 45 minutes, and that thing's looking like the real deal, right? Keyboard Cat is Life by KOT. I Miss You from Miramore 5502. This is beautiful. Kami Kami Ka, yay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna just daub a little bit of spray paint right in this area here, which I guess would be here. And I don't want to paint it with a brush. I just want to put something there as spray paint. Maybe just a little bit of this hot paint, like this. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's that. There's that. I don't know, to me it's starting to look like a Keyboard Cat painting that's got some mojo. Is it just me? Cheers, mate. Remember, on this channel, you can shop in the store and get Keyboard Cat for President yard sign, no, not yard signs yet, but these bumper stickers, pins, buttons, stickers, you name it, to help the guy get elected. We're independent and we need all the help we can get this time. What can I say? We need help in the political agenda. And Keyboard Cat has something really going for him that none of the other candidates have, and it's that he's not human. Humans seem to have some problems when they get power. I don't know what the deal is, but he's probably not going to be on the ballot in most places because we started a little late and we're on a very limited budget. You can't do much by selling bumper stickers, but we're doing what we can because we care. And here's a little patriotic gesture that I can make. We need to move this closer into frame and check this out. It's a flag blowing machine that I got in Texas many years ago in the fine town of Austin from my friend Mark Van Bavel, who's a filmmaker and a dad and just a cool dude. He made a movie that I'm in called Red Boy 13, and it's pretty cool. It's very cool. So be sure and vote for you know who, and write him in. I was going to say he's not on the ballot, so they'll provide you a space in there for people like you to write in your candidate, which in this case will be Keyboard Cat. And I can't urge you enough, And remember, you can get a hold of paintings like this one and others that I've done on this show at the link on this channel in the description down somewhere down there to eBay, where they're being held hostage until someone purchases them. You can bid and get a pretty good deal. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod now and go rogue and let you see this at a closer look. At that. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. See that? That's paint. That's keyboard cat painting right there on a close-up. We'll just do a quick little studio tour here. There's what my painting cart looks like. It's just a cart with, there's my palette, and there's my gesso, there's my brushes and my can of water, and here's just lots and lots of tubes of paint, more and more brushes. You can't have too many brushes, even if you just use one, which I tend to do. The floor in my studio is definitely photo worthy and a beautiful thing. There's my foot. And there's a painting I did, the first one I did in this series of live broadcasts. And it's up on YouTube or eBay right now. It's a pretty cool painting, I must say. I got lucky. That's just the wall. And there's where we were painting. There's some cat paintings and other paintings. What else do we got here? A little house that just goes on your head. A keyboard that all of the keyboard cats have played and continue to play. We'll be making a cat video where he is playing the piano soon. The new keyboard cat, the latest one, 3.0, Skinny, is finally getting up to speed, and we'll be doing some cool stuff for us soon to see on the keyboard. Look at that. What's that say? Kick me. Some smart kid put that on there. Kick me. Some pieces of neon, a mask. My friend the mannequin in a jet fighter McLean helmet, wearing a nice Harley Davidson leather tough guy jacket. And here's the sink where we wash things. It's a mess, but that's all right. Here's a piece of neon and a fish and a big giant fish hook. It says patisserie. It's French for bakery, I think. Pretty much. Like I say, I went to art school in Japan, and there's a painting that my friend who went to art school with me did of me with airbrush when we went to the school there. It was called Nichidai, Nihon Daigaku. I can speak a little Japanese. Now you see in my time it's about 11:30. And here's another table of just stuff. Just stuff that kids come over here and paint, and they like to have all that stuff. There's a real camera, which is pretty obsolete now. I think the iPhone will do more than any real camera. I'm not sure about that, but there it is. There it is for you to see. And let me turn it back around. I hope that you've had a nice time today. I know that I have. Let's just keep up the good work, keep your vibe going, and see you tomorrow.